The thing that caught my eye, and will catch everyone's eye, is a private island. Really? What was that for?
Yes, so the complaint alleges that there was this memo exchanged between an executive at the FTX Foundation, which was the charity arm of FTX, and Gabriel Bankman-Fried, Sam Bankman-Fried's brother. And it basically laid out this plan that, hey, maybe we should buy the country of Nauru and build a bunker there that could be used to protect effective altruists in the event of an apocalyptic, crisis that would take over the world. And we know that Sam Bankman-Fried publicly said that he embraced effective altruism, so it makes sense that that's who they'd want to protect.
I wonder who would have been in that crew, if any. Some of the other allegations are not just about the sheer amount of money that was already realized to have been lost prior to the ultimate demise, particularly by, heads of Alameda and can you just detail some of the other more shocking revelations and just the knowledge of how badly this was doing?
So the complaint alleges that in March 2022, Caroline Ellison, the former CEO of Alameda Research, estimated that there was a $10 billion deficit. Around the same time, she gave herself a $22 million bonus. That's what the complaint alleges. So it's very interesting to see that contrast there. But it highlights how the executives really, were very generous to themselves, that they took, huge bonuses, equity, even, common shares.
I mean, some of the details, what was it? Potentially alleged fraudulent transfers of $477 million worth of FTX common shares to the former director of engineering, payments made by Sam Bankman-Fried, allegedly granted to himself rights for more than $6 million in equity. I mean, all of this starts to add up. Can you just remind us of the timeline of all of this as to when these sorts of accusations are going to be laid, whether we can really understand whether there's truth to them or not, and ultimately whether the creditors are going to see much?
So the allegations spread out over a period of several years leading up to the collapse of FTX. There's stuff happening in 2021, 2022, according to the complaint. But that is prior to the collapse of FTX, which was in November 2022. Prior to that, the company had given this perception that it was extremely strong and engaged in a series of bailouts, helping out struggling crypto companies during the summer of 2022.
I'm just kind of also interested, I suppose, in Robinhood within all of this. Can you just remind us as to how much money ended up being purchased of a public company? We're all so aware of that purchase, and it felt that at one point FTX wanted to actually buy out Robinhood. They used money from Alameda, though.
Yes, the complaint alleges that Sam Bankman-Fried and Gary Wang, his co-founder, actually took over $500 million from Alameda and used that to buy Robinhood shares. So they just took that money. They didn't really have to give anything in return, according to the complaint's allegations. So it's pretty crazy to see that they were really, taking huge steps in terms of, looking at Robinhood.